the guy, the young fellow where he was killed by a bison. He was killed by a bison. And a grisly death in Barrackpore. I spoke to his family today, and it's a grisly death, a terrible death. He has been identified as Kamal Kaladeen of Barrackpore Trace, Barrackpore. I spoke to his family at Nicholas and Sons funeral home there in Gasparillo. I was so impressed with Nicholas and his place here. He's doing well as a young guy coming up. So I spoke to the family there, and I tell you, all the people deserve justice, you know. People deserve justice, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what the family had to say. Go ahead. What is your name?
Indira Kaladeen.
Mr. Kaladeen, that's your brother. What exactly happened to your brother?
Well, you see, I'm not too sure
Yeah.
what happened to him.
Yeah.
But what we heard so far is that a bison attacked him.
The bison?
Yeah.
But was it a normal thing for him to go see about the animals and whatnot? He worked with someone, I found out.
Which part they found him
Yeah.
is for some people that he works for.
Uh-huh.
So they built a little house here for him and
Right.
he's staying because
But he's just 25 years old, 31?
31.
31 years
Where
old.
we from, he don't really have a home or anything. He don't have a house to stay, so they build a place for him and he just look after the place and he working for the people. Guys,
But he had a little drinking problem.
yes,
How long now he has this problem?
long while.
But if you're accustomed to seeing a body bison, I can't understand that.
No, he don't see about any bison. No, he says wild bison. So we don't know who the bison belongs
Wild bison?
to. Yeah, wild bison.
Okay, but where this happened, where he was, how far from his job site this happened?
Well, where the house is,
Yeah,
that is the people land. So it's a coconut estate.
right. But how far from where the bison knocked him down?
How far you would say the pond? Yeah, I didn't get to go and see the pond or anything.
and come back by the barrel. And so this can happen and then change it.
So the bison, he went by the pond.
Like the bison is normally come by the pond.
The bison normally come by the pond.
Yeah.
If the bison have to knock him down, they'll knock him down by the pond.
Yeah.
Why do they wait till he go back by the barrel?
Well, this is what's strange.
Huh? Because the bison be by the pond. The bison are coming up by the house to meet him.
That is my brother, yes, right? But we grew apart when we mom
Yeah, I
passed
understand.
away,
Yeah, but I
right?
understand all that. But when the autopsy will have to be done.
Yes.
But he have lacerations on his skin and thing, body, you
Well, yeah, he have a bruise into his chest. And when they did lift him to put him on the stretcher, I saw that he had blood coming out on the back of his head and blood through his nose.
So don't know if it was a blunt force trauma or something like that. Because let's find if the bison is feeding by the pond. Why the bison will leave from by the pond to come and meet him by the barrel? Because if you go by the pond and he dive in the pond there, he lie around by the pond, he'll go by the barrel close to where he lives and take out his clothes and bathe from the barrel because the governor is like a little spouting inside the barrel.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
That is what I heard. The governor is like a spouting from wherever the shed
Yeah.
or whatever, so the water falling like a gutter into the barrel. But why would but he was found right by the barrel?
Yeah,
If he had to die, he would have found by the pond.
But you was somebody by the barrel. But all these skin on it was
Had
full of
mud.
All his skin was full of mud.
Yeah. From his knees go down was mud.
Yeah.
His fingers had mud.
So they don't know the civil officers and went on the yesterday by the pond. It's like falling a hole. And I kid you, or something that around cover. So
But why didn't? So how come he didn't die by we fall on the here, and he reached by the barrel?
no, they didn't fall in here, but as we're saying with the blood and thing, they don't know if he fall.
Come now. What's that? Come. Come here. Yeah. What's that? Long way.
We're just saying with the blood on the yesterday when I picked him up.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know if he fall long way and hit the head.
And he come back by the barrel.
Walk up by the barrel. And when he reached by the barrel, he don't know if he fall.
So blood was coming from his head.
No, they don't
It's
know
only
if
when they
Yeah.
lift him, then I noticed the blood. When I reached it yesterday, I couldn't go close to see the body. So when the lift and I saw the blood, my other sister was there, so we asked if we could go and see his face. When we went to see his face, we saw the blood coming out his nose.
I find something not right, and I've been real honest with you, and that's why I'm paying special attention for, because he had a drinking problem and he had friends.
And well, he was a troublesome person also. He used to get in a lot of
bacchanal and argument.
Yeah.
He he had some friends with him. You all know about that?
No.
Yeah, but he has some friends with him from the area, from right yourself. So it's not adding up. Now, I'm not saying, this reminds me what went on in Tobago with this woman. That woman who left Tobago, and they say she went and drank some moringa, that's it tea or moringa, something, moringa tea, and she dropped down and dead. So I say, but that's not adding up. You drinking tea and she drinking that long time. Lo and behold, yesterday, they realized the woman's neck was broken and whatnot. All marks on by she neck. So I don't know how the tea could come out and do that. So the whole thing turned upside down into homicide. And that's why something things had to be investigated properly. And it doesn't matter, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if somebody drinking, they could drink all the rum in the world. If somebody living a bad life, they running man, wherever, it still does not give nobody the right to do somebody something resulting in their death. Always remember that. It don't give nobody the right. And your brother is no different. Yeah. He deserves justice. You need to find out what really happened. We need to know what really happened. And right now we at Nicholas funeral. Nicholas and Sons funeral home, as you can see. So, you know, we just here, we don't want to put the staff on TV or anything. So, the body is at Nicholas. We have not looked at the body yet, you know, but I think the autopsy will be done and tomorrow. So the body it is sealed and whatnot. The bag is sealed, so nobody can open that bag to see what's going on. When the body was picked up and they weren't sure, the bag is sealed, and that bag will be taken from here straight to forensic Port of Spain. You understand? So nobody can see nothing. So maybe I thought you come here, but they picked up the body. I'll show you a little clip on this video right now where Nicholas and Sons, the funeral home in Claxton Bay, where he seemed to be Gasparillo. You from up here? Oh, you from? Oh yeah, you from Piparo. Yeah, I have. But if I tell you something, I'm just in a mood hole there. And it
was in Piparo, what day? Somebody take on the trip.
Oh, the kind of spirit thing. Still can make you laugh. No, the whole man is in a mood now, but let's find out you know the place now. So I should have a program, name know your country, and I will hire you to drive around and thing, right? But nevertheless, it warrants an investigation. I just find nothing adding up now. I just find that if you get the kind of blow and thing you get, he's supposed to collapse by the pond. I don't understand how he leave from by the pond and he reach up there, between the barrel.
And we never saw no bison or anything there.
So wait a while, bison. The bison is coming at night. Wow. I funny bison, boy. In night? No, but you deserve justice and all. That's what and that's why I'm sorry. I know yesterday I said I was coming by here, but I read traffic, my head hot today. All kind of thing. I'm just busy today. You understand? But I say, look, let me come down. I'm sorry to have you wait. And I was waiting here by Nicholas and them here, Nicholas and Sons funeral parlor. So, what we'll have to do, just wait for the autopsy. Yeah. But I want you to know, you bring me out. That's what I want you to know. You bring me out to make sure you get justice. Your brother could not be a drunkard. He could do what? He could be troublesome. Now he's dead. It deserves an investigation. Who don't like it? Too bad. So I don't want you to feel that I wouldn't listen to you and maybe you might feel that you're not significant and you're this and you're that. No. You deserve justice. I don't know what bison is that. If it's in the night, all the bison would have run he down by the pond. The bison are going to bring him back by the...
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. They say all you have mud, all you have mud, blood coming through the back of your head, and he by the barrel. When the bison, so the bison come by the barrel and meet him. It had any bison marks and thing?
No.
You watch all that?
Well, the place dry.
The place
and
dry.
hard, so you can't see no footprints or nothing like that.
Right, so you have to go back by the pond and see. If the bison come in the day, but they say the bison come in the night. What about if you back and have somebody by the pond and they bring him back and they put him there? Just saying, what about?
Could be too.
So he have an employer, he boss. What he boss saying?
He boss called yesterday to give the news and he said he was in Tobago.
He was in Tobago?
Yeah.
Okay.
And since that he didn't get in touch.
Well, all right. Well, only the autopsy will figure all that, you know. If it's blunt force, if somebody hit him behind the head, you understand? If it have a print like a bison hit him in the chest, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only the autopsy will tell you all that. If he was beaten, or if he was choked, only the autopsy will tell you all that. You understand? So that's why I come down. It might sound like a trivial story to plenty of you and say, Mr. Allen, that bison, and put up a picture of a bison. What a bison look like, a big cow kind of thing. Right? Yeah?
Yeah. They was making fun of
on social media. Yeah, but you see, people will think that, but only when it hits home. Only when it hits home. It's just somebody called me and tell me, Mr. Allen, you know about this case where this man with his bison and he died and the bison thing him down and thing? I said, no. I know here and they say, well, right, it happened in Barrackpore. I say, you know what? They say, pay attention to that. Something I adding up with that. And that's why I ended up contacting you. And I know I talked to your husband.
Yeah.
You just spoke to? Right. And that's why I say, no, I'm coming on today and I'm sorry to have you waiting. But again, and what is your full name? Indira Kaladeen, right. And your brother full name?
Kamal Kaladeen.
So he not from by Pui, is Pui what?
Yeah, he's from Pui Trace.
Pui Trace.
You know, recently had an incident where the girl was Stacy.
Stacy, yeah.
Right next door. He living right there in that little house.
Little board house,
yeah.
Okay.
But there's no longer a house there because he had a little shed. So he wasn't staying there.
But you ever receive any threats from anybody?
Well, I don't want to say anything on...
No, but he was getting threats.
No, not that I know in any threats, but he has a court matter.
Yeah,
I will say that.
When the court matter is...
It is for next month on the 16th.
Where's the court matter, if you mind asking?
Attempted murder.
Huh?
Attempted murder.
And he was out on bail?
Yeah. On his probation where he had to sign every
week
in back position. That is the only thing.
Okay, but then we can't connect that, eh?
Yeah.
Yet.
That was
Yet. Yeah, but even though it's years, he's still signing. The matter is still before the courts.
Yeah.
And it will have a day of determination. And this matter and the matter to go to court next. He had to go to court next week. And he's signing by Barrackpore Police every week. So you see all these things people don't know. So that's what I tell you. When these things happen, you have to look at every angle, you know. You have to look at every angle. So now you're hearing that now. Because I still don't understand how the bicycle come in night and deal with this man. How long are you working for them people and them?
A good while.
Like what's a good while? A month, 2 months?
Years.
Yeah. They treat him good and thing?
I would know that because I don't have no communication with him.
So you don't see man thing there, brother?
No, I don't see him.
You don't come on, you gonna make a roti and thing for him and thing?
Well, you see, he how we just give you trouble and thing.
Everybody stay away.
I end up taking him by me because he didn't have nowhere to go. He still didn't have nowhere to go, and that's how we end up down there.
Yeah.
But when you were staying by me, he make some trouble. He put we all break up everything.
He put all out of our own house?
Yes. Well, I don't have a home. We rent it.
Yeah, but you can't back and all in front of everybody.
So after that, I cut ends.
But yeah,
right?
but you do the right
because
thing.
I have a family too. I have little children.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you do the right thing, but then again, we just have to find out what's going on with this. So we know we have now you're here, you know you have a court. You see, it's just a final. So it have a lot of circumstances might contribute to this demise. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's why you don't just accept something and say, yeah, bison. No. Find out. Let's find out. And that's why I come down here. That your brother's life is of value to us. Okay? Thank you
Thanks
again.
for saying.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Thank you again. Piparo man.
You was in Piparo yesterday?
Huh?
Was in Piparo yesterday?
Are you letting everybody know my business? If I was in Piparo yesterday. Who you know was in Piparo yesterday? Yeah, well, I was in your zone. I can't tell if I was in your zone for free. Right? Know your country. All right.